Hello everyone, I'm FARMERSIM and welcome back to Aghalee Farm. This is episode 4. I hope you're all doing very well and having a lovely day. So, yes, take note. Aghalee, apparently, it's not Aghalee. The G is somewhat silent in the name. I want to say a massive thank you to one of you wonderful viewers, Cathal Breen, who commented in last week's episode it was, just very politely informing me of the correct pronunciation. So I hope I've got that correct. It is quite awkward to say, I suppose, but Aghalee, is that correct? I'm trying not to put too much of an emphasis on an R, because there isn't an R, but Aghalee. So I do hope I've got that correct. But Cathal Breen, thank you very much, mate. I really appreciate your comment in the last video. And also politely informing me that where we are here in Northern Ireland, it is still using UK currency, so it's still the UK pound, so it's not euros. So again, that has been corrected, as it were. There you go, as you can see, back in pounds. So yeah, and also on top of that, some of you may well have noticed from the thumbnail and also the logo change, the colour change of the logo at the beginning of the introduction of this as well. I have changed those colours because, again, thank you to Rodney Bradley, who also commented in one of the last videos, just informing me that, and this was down to my naivety, I suppose, the logo that I'd created, I'd coloured it in the colours of the Irish flag, the Republic of Ireland, whereas Northern Ireland is still part of the UK. So technically, so what he'd essentially said was it might cause offence to some people. Now, of course, no offence is ever meant from me regarding that. That was purely my naivety. So I do apologise. There was no offence meant by a wrongful colouring of the flags there. So I've just corrected it. I think I've turned it into just a bit of a neutral green, I think it is. So either way, just wanted to bring it up and say a massive thank you. So yeah, with that out of the way, where are we up to now? So, 2nd of September, I have made a couple of little minor changes and one particularly big change, which I'll go and show you now. I've just made a feed mix up for the cows, because they are particularly low. But if I take you for a quick wander round, some of you may well remember from the last episode, I admit I appreciate that on the video it wasn't much of a fiasco, but behind the scenes, as it were, when I was doing that forage harvesting cinematic, it was a fiasco because from my side of things anyway, trying to make a cinematic with the forage harvester that didn't work was proving to be a bit of a challenge. So I did comment that I was going to have a bit of a look around, a bit of a fettle about, and sure enough, I've done quite a bit of testing off camera. I did have a go with that other John Deere old school forage harvester, and that still did the same thing. And then I started to think, well, it was the problem, the silage trailer, was there a problem with that one? But no, well, on one or two of occasions it did seem that particular trailer that I was using, it was a Marshall one, wasn't it? That did seem to have a bit of an issue as well. So essentially, to get moving and doing things properly and just make sure that I can make forage job cinematics in the future, I have changed a couple of things. So I got rid of that trailer, the Marshall one, and we've got this cane trailer. I think it's a sister trailer to this one. It's like, this is the silage version. This works for all intents and purposes. I hope I'm not going to eat my words, but I've tested it and it worked. So we've got that. Now, obviously, doing all this swapping around, I've not gained anything financially. I have upgraded the bucket for the telehandler here to this nice galvanised lizard example here. It's got a slightly bigger capacity, 8,000 litres, just because moving the manure around from round the back there from the bunker into the BGA here, even though I had hit the numerical limit for the BGA, at 3,000 litres a time in that bucket was proving just a little bit painful. So got rid of that. I've given myself that lizard one as well. So, taking a wander round to our shed that I placed down in the last episode, you will see, first and foremost, we now have a farm silo. Now, I didn't want to find I didn't want to place down a really big, expensive one. I have used this one in the past, and technically it's a US spec silo, but it's nice and small, it's nice and cheap. This one has a capacity of 1 million litres, so we now have a silo on the farm. I've obviously landscaped it in. It kind of looks all right, I think. Let me know what you think, but I'm relatively happy with it. It looks okay. Function over form, I think, with this one. It works, and it means that if we do ever run out of any capacity in the bunkers there for any grass or anything particular, I can stick stuff in here So that's all, because it is a multi-fruit silo, so that's all good. So, as you will see, entering the shed, ta-da! The old Claas forage harvester is gone, and I have just put into my game this base game relatively big John Deere one. Now obviously I haven't gained anything financially from anything, like I said before. That was one of my main concerns. I didn't want to suddenly have lots of money in the bank or get a loan for stupid amounts of money. I did say that whatever happened at the beginning of this episode, essentially we would just pretend that this was the one that I had from the start, just due to the technical issues I was having. But this one works. It works with that trailer. It works on courseplay. It means I can, when we do get down to doing some forage work, I can present them to you in my nice cinematic fashion that I like to do without shouting at my computer, essentially. So going forward, this is our forage harvester. But yeah, it's quite a beast. Lovely thing. John Deere 9700i. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with that, with it being a base game thing. So anyway, right. With that out of the way, what's going on today on the farm? Well, we're pretty much at the same stage as we were at the end of the last episode. The field that we harvested, the field of grass that we cut in the last episode, that needs to be rolled over and get the growth promoted into its next growth stage. That needs to be done first and foremost, I feel, to get on top of that growth. All the other grass fields are at their first growth stage, as you can see there. And there. And this one down here as well. And that one down there as well. So, when we go to sleep at the end of this day and wake up tomorrow, we should have multiple fields of grass to mow. And then we can start really loading up the bunkers and getting a good quantity of stuff in there. But yeah, this field here, this is the one we need to get growing again. So this is going to need a good rolling over, a very slight top up of lime, and a good topping up of nitrogen. Now, it is something I think I forgot to mention at the beginning of the whole series, in fact. But over at the store, I did place down, next to the store building where you buy your vehicles from, I placed down a lime tank, just so there was somewhere for me to go and buy the lime and have it. Instead of buying pallets or bags of lime, I could just pull up with my lime spreader and just load up as I need it. So we do have a point where we can purchase some lime. So, anyway, right, so I think I'm kind of up to speed and up to date, let you know the small couple of changes that I've made on the farm since the last episode. So as I say, I think first and foremost... Oh, and there was one other thing before I feed the cows. The silage bales that we've got left over there, there's one of the original bales of silage that we had at the beginning of the series. There's one left, and the rest are about 56% fermented. And the bunker silo to the right here, this is completely done. So, there we go, open silo, so let's just open that. So now we do have 69,000 litres of silage here. So what I think I'm going to do with that, this was one of the reasons why I felt I needed to do something about having a farm silo, a multi-fruit silo especially, so I can essentially pick all this up, tip it into the trailer, stick it into the silo for safekeeping, as it were, because then it frees up this bunker so we can get more stuff in there. The silage is safely away and I can take from it exactly just what I need, essentially. I can just put it in the silo, take it out as and when I need it, or load a load of it up in there as well. Obviously we need to get a bit more, get the earnings coming in from the biogas plant. Right, so I think that's enough of my waffle for now. The first thing I need to do very quickly is tip this feed mixer of total mix ration into the cow barn, get them sorted for the day. Now the other thing that we are quite short on, and it's something I need to deal with as a matter of urgency, is hay. So as you can see, we've got one bale left. So I'm hoping that what I've got here for them will see them through into tomorrow. They should have a little bit left. When I say tomorrow, I mean the 1st of October. And then I'll have to make sure that by that point the other grass fields will be ready to cut. So it'll be a case of turning at least one of those fields into hay, get it mowed and tedded up, and then that should increase our stockpile of hay. Right, so anyway, I'm going to get this feed mix tipped into the cows. Let's take that round to them now, and then we need to get hold of the grass roller Come on, pal. Put some effort into it. Struggling with all this weight. Yeah, we've got a decent mix here. The ratio I use with the bales that I've got on here, I use 2 bales of silage at 3,500 litres and 2 4,000 litre bales of hay and a bale of straw, and that takes this thing to 92%. There we go. Happy cows now for the day. That's all that matters. Now, we still don't have any, obviously because of their age, I think it is, and because of the mods that I've got installed, they haven't started producing milk yet. That should happen in due course. And the sheep over the lane here, let's go and have a look and see what their wool level is at. What are we on here? 334 litres. Come on, you lot. Right, so we'll finish this off, get this lot fed, and then, as I say, we'll hook up the grass roller, potentially to this thing again, or I might, yeah, I think we'll just stick in the New Holland. This seems to run the roller quite well. We'll get cracking on with a little bit of field work. What I'd actually like to do as well, I'm just going to crack on with that right this second, is just get an idea of what kind of quantities this BGA holds of silage. So what I'm going to do, because we've got 69,000 litres in here. It's a bit bouncy, isn't it? How much have we got there? 8,000, right. Yeah, 69,000 litres in here, so call it 70,000. So I think I'm gonna put 40,000, if I can, into the biogas plant here and get that earning for us, and we'll keep back 30, obviously, for food for the cows. Be interesting to see what kind of, that's assuming that I can get 30,000 litres into here, or 40,000. What are we out there? Looks like I might be able to, yeah. So that would be 5 bucket loads of silage, I think, roughly, at 8,000 litres. Not doing a very good job of this, am I, guys? Let's bring that bit in. There we go. That's better, a bit smoother. Until it hits a pile of it and it jumps about. There we go, right, 8,000. Okie dokie. So that's 2. Right, I'll get this lot finished anyway. This will take me a few minutes. Get this lot done. Just say, get 40,000 litres roughly into here. And in fact, what I might just do as well off camera is load up the trailer. It is frustrating, that bouncing thing, isn't it? Yeah, I'll load up the trailer and get the rest of it safely stashed away into the silo. And then that frees up the bunker. In fact, do you know what? Forgive my indecisiveness, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stick this whole lot into the biogas plant, because we do have fermenting away over in the bales over there. We've got 73,500 litres, so there's more silage in those bales in the shed over there fermenting away than there was sitting in this bunker. So, and I think there is space enough in the biogas plant for everything that we've got here. So, just to make my life a bit easier, save complicating things. Come on. There we go. So, I'm going to get all this loaded up, as I say, and I'll pick you all up when it's done. Right, all done. And would you look at that? We've pretty much had almost the exact right amount to fill the BGA up with its quantity of silage. So that's why I figured I'd put it all in there. There's no point mucking around keeping some out and putting some in and then getting a bit just surrounded by silage. At the end of the day, as I said before, I've got just under 74,000 litres over there in bales. So That's now freed up the bunker, so we can obviously stuff a bit more chaff into there as and when we've got it. But I am very keen to see the earnings that we get from the biogas plant. Now it's just turned 8 o'clock literally by the minute, so what I'm going to do, I need to keep my eye on it as the clock passes over when we get to 9 o'clock and just see what the hourly earnings are. Because if we go into the biogas plant again very quickly, so far obviously we haven't had any silage in there, but slurry and manure gives us 455 litres, I suppose, of electricity, if you can quantify it in that way. 152 litres of digestate, but silage gives us 1,909 units of electricity and 636 litres of digestate. So based on that, we should hopefully get a half-decent hourly income from that. I'm assuming it does do what all the other biogas plants do and pay on the hour, every hour, so I need to remind myself to check at 9 o'clock. So, anyway, but you've had enough of my dulcet tones already, haven't you? We're, what are we into this? Probably about 15, 20 minutes into this episode already. We haven't even entered a field, so come on. Let's get rolling and get this into the field. Get doing a bit of work. Right, there we go. Job done, rolling done, grass growth promoted. So, excellent stuff. Now, if I jump very quickly into the map PDA, as you can see there, field 44, the one we've just worked in, that's now at its lowest growing stage, but it's growing nonetheless. So we've got 24, 45 and 44 now all growing, and we've got 23 and 28, 43 and 53 all that should be ready to cut at their second growth stage tomorrow, which will be the 1st of October. So I'm very keen to get into that because that means we can get down to some proper big work and get the mower out again, windrower, and dig that nice new shiny John Deere forage harvester out, and hopefully get making some nice cinematic forage harvester shots. That's what I'm very keen to get into, if I'm honest. Now, obviously, if I bring up the heads-up display there, as you'll see, the pH values and the nitrogen values they're not as they should be. The lime isn't too bad. Popping into the precision farming menu very quickly, so lime levels of these two fields here need a little bit of topping up, don't they? Going to the fertilizer page, as it were, nitrogen, 45 needs topping up, 44 needs topping up, and 53 could do with a very, very slight topping up, I think. Now, in my opinion, neither of those jobs really, in particular with the machinery that I've got on this farm, they don't take very long because the fields aren't very big and the sprayer that I've got is particularly wide. It takes almost minutes to get this job done. Liming takes a little bit longer, but that's mainly just down to the fact that the hopper on the lime spreader that I've got isn't particularly big, so it runs out quite quickly, so it just means lots and lots of backing and toing to the lime tank. So I'm going to get those jobs done off camera very quickly, get those fields exactly where they need to be numerically. Then I think we can call it quits for this day and, as I say, go and have a kip, wake up tomorrow, October, crack on with a bit more grass mowing, foraging, picking up, and hopefully stuffing it all into our bunkers. Now that we've got one of them's completely empty now, and we've still got loads of space left in the other one. So I shall get all that done, and I'll pick you back up as soon as physically possible when it's done. Right, just getting the last little bit of this field done, and then that's everything topped up exactly as it needs to be numerically with the pH and the nitrogen. There we go. Spin that round. But the time has just ticked over 9 o'clock, or did a few minutes ago anyway, and we earned, from the biogas plant, we earned £497, so that is per hour. So, I might happily round that up to £500, 500 quid an hour. Wish I could earn 500 quid an hour, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, so that's not going to be too bad at all. Now, with us not having a great deal left to do on the farm today, I am just going to have a quick check when we get back to the yard. Ooh, that does annoy me, that does. It tickles the OCD, that does. You just have to turn off the automatic application rate very quickly, and then it gets it covered. There we go. Ooh, and again, look at that. I mean, why? There you go. Anyone else have that problem? It's a wonderful game for exercising OCD, this. It really is. Can't have little bits like that get missed. There we go. There we go. Right, excellent. So, yes, there's not a huge amount left to do on the farm today, as I said before. It's only 9:15, so let's live like I was a teenager again and go to bed. I'm just going to check that I've got as much manure into the biogas plant as I can. I think I might be able to get a few more litres in there. Probably don't need to, but I suppose I'm just making use of the time, aren't I? There's something inherently wrong with going to bed at 9:15 in the morning, isn't there? I'm not ill. I'm just clamouring for more work to do, I suppose. As I say, get the wake up tomorrow, we should have multiple fields of grass to mow. We'll probably have another cow mix to make up, although we've only got one bale of hay left, so that's going to rely entirely on getting one of those grass fields mown and tedded up, baled up, and that will increase our stock of hay. Let's just top that up for, there we go, for no apparent reason. Right, okay, so there's my telehandler. In fact, you know what, I can do this quickly, can't I? There we are. I don't often do that, to be honest, but sometimes it just saves wandering about. So where are we? Going into the productions menu. Manure 13,400, so there's only a couple of thousand litres it's going to take. To be fair, no, there's no point, is there? I'm just wasting my time. I'm just wasting my time dilly-dallying around. Just leave that there. It'll be fine for tomorrow. Right, so, yeah, let's, on this beautiful September's morning, let's go to sleep. The sheep are fine. In fact, let's just have one quick check. You can tell I don't do this very often, can't you? They've got some straw. They'll be fine until the morning. They've got food. The sheep are completely fine, obviously, because there's still a couple of bales sat in front of there, just auto-feeding, as it were. So, yeah, they're fine. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. I shall jump in my caravan, and I shall see you all in the AM. Morning. Right. Let's hit the ground running this morning. So, overnight, looking at the money there, as you can see, 43849. We left yesterday on 36096, I think it was. So, in total, we made just over £10,000. Now, obviously, we made a payment for the loan. There was a couple of production costs that went out. So, we've actually increased what we've got now. What we've gathered in the bank account is 7,753 quid. So, that's excellent. So the cows are particularly low on straw and food. I only have one full bale of silage that is completely fermented, and I only have one bale of hay, of course, as well, so I'm going to have to make them a small mix-up for now. The other bales are 90% fermented, so hopefully within the next few game hours, potentially by the end of the day, they should all have fermented, and we'll have got 70-odd thousand litres of silage to fall back on, so that's good. So I need to get that done ASAP, and then, as I say, I want to hit the ground running. Wait for a bit more daylight to come out. We're going to start in this field here. We'll get the mowing done, get it rowed up, and get our forage harvester out. So I'll put you back up ASAP when the cows are fed. Right, that's it, all sorted. Cows are fed, fully strawed up. I've shifted a bucket of manure from the heap round the back into the BGA, and I've shifted whatever slurry that we had in the tank into the BGA as well. So going very quickly into the production menu. We've still got plenty going on there, so that's all good. I've got all the equipment sorted. In fact, I need to just go and fuel up the Vulture. That's going to be running the silage trailer. I have got, obviously, the Massey hooked up to the mower. We've got the big John Deere forage harvester that we've had since the beginning of the series, haven't we? Ready to go as well. So I'm going to pop this job field 23, the one next to the on the other side of the shed here. I'm going to pop that into a nice cinematic, I hope. The whole mowing, rowing and picking up and foraging into the bunker. Get that sorted. So I'll see you very, very soon. Right, job done. Foraging finished. Has worked much better than the last time with that old class harvester. Not without its problems, I appreciate that, but it worked nonetheless. So, job done. So we're now looking in this bunker. I have just taken full advantage of the almost 11 tons of forage harvester, and I've used that to help compact it down, because compacting a bunker silo down with a very lightweight tractor or telehandler is going to take an absolute age. So, yeah, forage harvest is very useful for that, I suppose. So, yeah, 258,222 litres of chaff. So, boom, done. Ferment away. Thank you very much. That's excellent. Very happy with that. So, I think when we go to the map PDA here, pop down to the harvestable fields that we've got. Now, these two are still at their first growth stage. We've got and these three are ready to go. So what I'll probably do in the next video is we'll get these two cut and put into the next bunker, and or two of the three anyway, and I'll keep the other one and possibly another one as well for to get tedded over to make hay, because we do need to make hay. As a matter of urgency, we are running. Well, we've completely run out now, haven't I? I've just used the last bale of hay, so need to get that done ASAP, but that will be in the next episode, I feel. I think I'm going to call it here for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. I do hope you found it even remotely fun and interesting. Thank you very much for your time watching the video, of course. As always, if you're new to the channel and you like my content, you like the way I'm doing things, please consider hitting that subscribe button and jumping on board, joining the channel, giving the video a like if you can, if you have liked it, of course. And as always, there are a host of links in the video description below with my Giants partner promo code. If any of you are in the market for purchasing a DLC, an add-on, a season pass, or even the full game itself, and you like the idea of helping a content creator out at the same time, as always, I would be hugely appreciative. So thanks again for your time, everyone. Take care, and I'll see you in the next episode.